Nobody told me Nier Automata was more than just women in lingerie with swords. What?
I never quite realized how beautiful this world is.
The commander's put me in charge of your maintenance, ma'am. That means I'll be performing regular checks on you from now on.
Here's your review.
I'll be honest, Nier Automata is a really interesting story in my gaming experience because this game has been in my backlog for 3 years and I fully experienced it this year. And I'm going to be completely talking off. I barely have any notes on this game. This I played back in the spring, so I'm going to be forgetting some of the finer details, but I really wanted to talk about this game this year because this has been one of my iconic games of the year. This game has honestly blown me away. And we're going to talk about all that, but it's crazy because when I first bought this game, I bought it around, again, the hype. Everybody was talking about how great it is. And I looked at it, I was like, all right, girls in here are kind of cute. They got some swords. I'm okay, staring at these characters while they whip some robots and stuff. Let's do this. And when I first played it, by the way, it's a Platinum game. And I don't really have a fond love of Platinum games. I've played Bayonetta, and I've played Wonderful 101. They kind of don't click with me. I can play them, I can enjoy them, but I don't love them. And the first time I played Nier Automata, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, or if it's like Automata or something, but anyways, it had the same feel to me. I'm like, okay, I'm on this random like apocalyptic world. The combat feels extremely similar to like Bayonetta and the other Platinum games I played. I'm like, I can't really get into this. And after 3-4 hours, I put it away. And with 2020 and the lockdown, I was like, all right, what is a good game to pull out and to give it another go? And I had spent $50 on this game. I'm like, all right, this game has so much praise. Let's try it again. And I started from scratch. And this time, whoa, did it click for me. And I don't know what was so different. I think I took the time to actually figure out how to do the combat because I had a lot of troubles the first time. And it's your typical, what I call the Platinum games, weak attack, strong attack combo kind of mechanic where you just kind of, spam the buttons and you dodge, and for lack of a better word. That's what it is. There's probably a word for that. An action game? Maybe I've just gotten better with all of the freaking Castlevania and Hollow Knight and hard games I've been playing over the past year. But anyways, this game is so hard to describe what it is and why I love it so much. But I'm going to try anyways. So the premise of this world, it's a sequel to Nier. I haven't played Nier, so I really enjoyed this game without any preconceived notion of what this world's about. You're basically playing in the distant future on Earth. Humanity has been wiped out and has been relocated to the moon, and you are an android that's part of this unit called the Yorha unit, and your mission is to go down to Earth to fight the machines. So it's the androids versus the machines. The machines came from an alien race that invaded Earth hundreds or thousands of years prior. And you're basically, that's what you're doing. So you're going to Earth, you're doing recon, you're helping people out, you're helping other androids out, fight the machines. And then story ensues. There's more to it, but I'm not going to spoil. This is going to be a spoiler-free review love letter. So that's the story, and that story was very interesting, and the way that it's presented is so unique. And I have trouble saying, at first I was like, oh, this is an action game with some shoot 'em up elements, but then I was like, no, wait, this is an open world game. It takes so many different genre and mashes it together, so I don't even know what to say. When you open up the world, the game, you start off, it's a shoot 'em up. You're in a ship and you're flying around and you're shooting things down as things are scrolling in a very traditional shoot 'em up. When that segment is done, you land on a level where it's a very linear path and you're just going on killing all of these machines until you come up to like this massive big Platinum Games style boss. You kill it, and then you go into a world where you can pretty much do anything you want. You can find some quests, you can collect things, you can upgrade things, which is open world. So those are kind of the three elements that really blend together into this really unique game. And I'm going to be a little bit cautious of what I talk about because I have to be careful what is a spoiler. But I don't think this is one of them. So basically, once you go through the story, the game will roll credits, but that is not the end of the game. And I think that is very important, because that slice of the game is not what makes it great, but it's the fact that there are 26 different endings to this game, 5 or 6 of which there's a big of like fluff endings that you can accidentally stumble across, that it's oftentimes a bad ending of like a game over. And then you roll the credits. I don't think this is a spoiler, but you can play as a different character in the second playthrough, in the second type that you play. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling anything. I'm really trying not to. And then let's just say there's multiple characters you can play through, you can play as, and then the story branches and expands every time the credits roll. The credits will roll more than once, and I encourage you to keep playing, because when those credits roll a final time, you will be crying like a baby. I was so emotionally invested by the time the credits rolled a final time that I had never experienced something like that. What happens in that final credit roll is so unique to gaming and is such a unique experience that I was just blown away. And combine that with the fantastic soundtrack to this game, and that moment, I think that is the moment where I was like, this game is a masterpiece. When I experienced that final credit scene, I was like, damn. Now, I mentioned the music. This is one of those games when you are done playing, you're going to want to listen to that soundtrack over and over and over again, because it is so good. I can't get over how good the music in this game is, from being sad, melancholic, to inspirational, to triumphant. And I listen to all of that depending on what mood I feel on any given day. It's just a really beautiful game, very well done, but it's also weird. It's one of those, for lack of a better name, it's just one of those weird Japanese games. Like, there's so many games that come out of Japan that I'm just like, what is going on? And if I had to distill it to like the most simplistic, what is the story that this is trying to tell? It's very kind of philosophy driven. So if you're hoping for a very linear story where they kind of just say this is black and this is white, you're gonna miss out on a lot of the greater themes that it's trying to convey, which are very deep philosophical themes that don't necessarily have an answer. They just make you wonder more things about humanity, about who we are as humanity, and it's a game that really kind of messes you up, and you're just like, what did I just experience? I thought I was just kind of fight some robots. Now, if we step back and we take away all of that amazing story world building, the more simplistic aspect to it is, you've got your combat with your sword. There's a bunch of different swords that you can get. You can buy swords, you can upgrade your swords. There are like legendary swords that you can get, which is really cool. And I feel all the gameplay stuff is really kind of like not front center. I feel it plays really a backstory to everything else in the game, like the music, the story, and the world building. But anyways, there's also, you have like a little pod that hovers with you, and that's kind of your range that can shoot. So when you're in combat, you're going to be like shooting the pod while doing your combos with your swords. You usually have a light sword and a heavy sword. You can equip your playstyle to be whatever it is. And then you have an ally that you don't control, but they're just kind of in there to do their thing. There's a bunch of parts that you can collect throughout the world to upgrade your pod, your weapons, and also you as an android. So there's these chips, and you can really customize what it is. So if you want to deal more damage, you can do that. One of the chips I really loved, and that just changed the game for me, was the fact that I could equip, so every time I would slash with my sword, there would be like a radiating energy blast, making sure that I could fight dangerous things a little bit further away, not getting in the danger zone, but still doing damage on them. I equipped a lot of that. So there's a lot of customization to how you would like to play, which is really good. There's also a codex in this game, so if you're all about kind of collecting and unlocking thing, that is there. I thought I was going to do it, but I discovered, because I was playing this on the PS4, and I was like, I want to get the platinum, but there's kind of a built-in, baked-in way that you can get the platinum trophies really easy. So if you have your friend list and it's like, oh, they platinum Nier Automata, it's not because necessarily they put in a lot of time and effort. There is a hack to get the platinum. It's not even a hack. The game just says, basically, do you want to buy the platinum trophy? And you can basically say, yes, I would like to buy all the trophies for the PlayStation 4, therefore saving you time. And I have to say, if you took the time to raise the currency in the game, that's fair play. You know, it's not for everyone to go around the world finding obscure things or grinding rare drops. So I appreciate it. Let me get my platinum and move on to other games. So if this game, if you can make some time, I feel this is a game. I don't even know if it was a game of the year. This came out in 2017. I was so busy with Breath of the Wild. This game flew under the radar for me, but it's really just a deep game that I think everyone needs to experience. And, you know, if you're like me at that first time and you really couldn't get into that combat, try to like just dial it down to very easy. Honestly, just get rid of the difficulty so that you can experience the story, because the story is a must. And this isn't a story that you want to watch on YouTube. This is a story you want to play through. And I love that this game has a very easy mode. I think it's very easy. So play on that, experience the story, go through all the credits until you get to the final credits, experience that moment, and it will be a defining moment in your gaming life. I promise you that. So I can't recommend this game more because it's so unique and so amazing. So please try it out and let me know how it is. If you have tried it, do share your experience with me. I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next Heijia review, and until then, keep it classy.